Good day everyone, this is Irish Lagawan and this is a continuation for our topic for Developmental Reading 1. Today we will be discussing about comprehension, theories, and strategies. So what is comprehension? Comprehension is a constructive, interactive process involving three factors: the reader, the text, and context in which the text is read. So we have the process of comprehending. Letter A, schema theory is the organized knowledge that one about people, places, things, or events according to Rammerhart in 1984. So schema theory is generalized description or a conceptual system for understanding knowledge and how knowledge is represented and how it used. Letter B, situation model theory. Comprehension can also be thought of as the construction of material or situation model. So, situation model theory handles both schema-based activities and novel activities. So, letter C, role of reasoning. Reasoning and background knowledge interact. So, role of reasoning is readers' ability to use background knowledge to make inferences. The better the connection between what they know and what they are reading. So, letter D, role of attention. Constructing meaning is hindered if the student is not reading actively and purposely. So, because successful comprehension depends in part on readers' ability to grasp relevant information. So, letter E, role of surface feature. So, although background knowledge is an essential element in comprehension, decoding and related skills are also important. So, background knowledge is essential for comprehension, but decoding difficult vocabulary blocks understanding and creates frustrations. So, letter F, developmental nature. As children's background knowledge increases and their reasoning ability matures, their ability to comprehend improve. So we are now in comprehension strategies. We have preparational strategies. We have previewing, activating prior knowledge, setting purpose and goals, predicting. So this will be done before reading. Now also we have organizational strategies. We have comprehending the main idea, determining important details, organizing details, sequencing, following direction, and summarizing. So this will be applied while or during reading. We have also elaboration strategies, making inferences, imaging, generating questioning, and critical reading. So metacognitive strategies, regulating, checking, repairing. So this will be applied after or post reading. So steps in strategy is instruction. It is the key to teaching how to apply skills and to provide direct instruction and scaffolds until they can apply strategies alone, deliberate, planned procedures, and designed to help the reader reach a goal. So we have letter A, introducing the strategy. B, demonstrating and modeling the strategy. C, guided practice. D, independent practice and application. Letter E, assessment and reteaching. And letter F, ongoing reinforcement and implementation. So we have effective comprehension before reading, while or during reading, and after or post reading. So before reading, activities that can activate students' prior knowledge while extending, refining, and sometimes building schemata. So, strategies before reading. So, we have overview. Number 1, teachers tell students about the selection or assignment prior to reading. So, overview, it is a short explanation or description to the student. So, it is a summary or review. It's like a quick telling of what a longer story about. Number 2, vocabulary preview. Identifying and selecting words that may cause problems. Then proceed to explaining in advance these unfamiliar words to the student. So Vocabulary preview. This strategy of introducing new and unfamiliar words to students prior to reading or writing. It may also include teaching the definitions of the words or creating visuals of the words or providing examples of the word in use. Letter number 3, structural organizer. So teach students to focus attention on ways, passages, or organize. So this strategy is a way or method by which organizational activities are divided, organized, and coordinate. Number 4, student-centered study strategies. So PQRST Triple S Technique stands for Review, Question, Read, Summary, and Test. And OK5R stands for Overview, Key Ideas, Read, Record, Recite, and Reflect. And we have also PQ4R stands for Review, Question, Read, Reflect, Recite, and Review. So these are some strategies that provide for previewing student-centered questions and establishment of purpose as well as during and post-reading. So we have number 5, teacher-directed lesson framework. So directed reading activity or DRA, directed reading thinking activity or DRTA, guided reading procedure, reciprocal questioning or request. So, while or during reading, activities that can guide reader text interactions while reading is taking place. So, we have question answering, inserted questions, intermediate oral feedback, timeline and charts, outlining, paraphrasing, and summarizing. After or post-reading, activities that help students remember new ideas and information while providing teachers with feedback on how well texts have been understood. So, effective comprehension, it is instruction that helps students to become independent, strategic, and metacognitive readers who are able to develop, control, and use a variety of comprehension strategies to ensure that they understand what they read. So letter A, we have vocabulary previews. Number 1, check the assignment and list words that may be important for students to understand. Number 2, arrange this in a schema that shows the interrelationships particular to the learning task. Number 3, add to this schema words students probably already understand in order to highlight relationships between the new and the known. Number 4, double check the overview to make sure that major ideas are clearly shown and in a way that students will understand. Number 5, share the instructed overview with students, telling them why words were placed where they were and asking them to contribute other words. Number 6, as the students read, have them relate other new word and information to graphic overview. So now we have a directed reading thinking activity or DRTA. Number 1, the teacher has students survey an assignment using titles, headings, and pictures to get a general idea of what the author is discussing. Number 2, the students read up to point predetermined by the teacher. Number 3, the teacher asks similar questions but posed to reflect the reading. Number 4, the group then reads on the next stopping point, once again reading to find answers to their questions. Number 5, the process continues until the completion of the assignment. So guided reading procedures. Number 1, prepare the students. Number 2, students read, trying to remember all they can. Number 3, students turn their books over on their desk and repeat all they can remember while the teacher records on the board. Number 4, the teacher calls attention to information not remembered and suggests that students reread to discover more. And number 5, students reread. Number 6, Their new recollections are now recorded on the board but now in outline form. Number 7, the teachers ask more questions to help students recall more from the reading and tries to synthesize the new information with the information obtained by the first reading. Number 8, immediate feedback is given to students through a quiz. So, request. The teacher and students read together a section of the text, and then the teacher closes the book and invites questions from the group. Then next, the students close their books, and the teacher asks them questions about what they have read. And when the teacher believes that students understand that much of the text, the next section is read, and step 1 and step 2 are repeated. So once students become familiar with requests with the text, the teacher incorporates predictions as an DRTA. So the group now reads the remaining sections, then the teacher checks out the predictions. So letter A encourages students to talk about what they read. So number 1, have students pretend to be television reporters who must sum up a story in 2 minutes. So students can be encouraged to explain what on in class reading was all about. And then teacher can ask and students can be asked to use the 5 W's plus H model for some selection. So why 5 W's are important? So because they help you get the whole picture, whether it's for a research paper or for news report. Thank you.